And we've got to take a quick break. But before we go, a big state for Donald Trump. Donald Trump has won the state of Ohio. Donald Trump wins the state of Ohio, one of his core four. You saw it right there. A big victory there for Donald Trump.
Right now, a historic moment. We can now project the winner of the presidential race. CNN projects Donald Trump wins the presidency. The business tycoon and TV personality capping his improbable political journey with an astounding upset victory. Donald J. Trump will become the 45th president of the United States, defeating Hillary Clinton in a campaign unlike anything we've seen in our lifetime. History has been made, Jake. This is a moment a lot of people are going to remember.
Wolf, the scene here is so different than it was a few hours ago when people were happy and relaxed. I have been looking around the room at people who are stone-faced. Some of them have been crying. There are people who are just in shock. I've seen mouths open as folks here in the audience are watching the results come in, and they are just stunned at the idea that they were completely sure they were coming to this event for what they thought would be even an early night to celebrate Hillary Clinton becoming the first female president, and now they are confronting the reality. I mean, you're seeing it here on these faces. They are just stunned. People who were talking and laughing before are standing there not talking to the folks that they came with.
With every ounce of heart and might and sweat and soul, we're going to keep making America great again. And then we will indeed keep America great. We will keep it so great. Better than ever before. We're going to keep it better than ever before. And that is why tonight I stand before you to officially launch my campaign for a second term as President of the United States. My call was perfect. The president yesterday of Ukraine said there was no pressure put on him whatsoever, none whatsoever. And he said it loud and clear for the press. What these guys are doing, Democrats are doing to this country, is a disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed. There should be a way of stopping it, maybe legally through the courts, but they're going to tie up our country.
The president's abuse of his office to coerce an ally that is fighting off Russians in our national security interests. They are fighting off the Russians, to withhold vital military support from that nation, to withhold a vital meeting from the president of that nation as leverage to get that nation to engage in the corrupt act of these investigations the president believed would help his reelection campaign.
How did that even happen? How did that occur? Joe Biden didn't even nominate. He was running in 2018. If you remember, he officially announced his running on April 25th, 2019. He was like, yeah, kind of think about it, not really. He hadn't even thrown his hat in the race. And yet, when they saw that something was up, they were like, yo, you have to run. He's like, I don't want to run. He went to Munich. I'm telling you what happened. Because, you know, flies are sent to them, right? In flocks.
That's why today I'm announcing my candidacy for President of the United States. Folks, America's an idea that's stronger than any army, bigger than any ocean, more powerful than any dictator or tyrant.
It was just announced that Joe Biden will be announcing his run for president. He is announcing his presidential campaign on Thursday with an online video, apparently. So this is going to be interesting. How is Joe Biden going to run? How will he run? He's corrupt. He's part of the Obama regime. So how is he running? Wait till you see what happens after his announcement. After his announcement of running again, where he kicks off his campaign, which, by the way, Joe Biden, the people he has in his rally are probably the same amount of people at concession stands waiting to see President Trump. It's probably the same amount of people that are cutting tickets for a Trump rally, you know, at the door, are the bodies that would make up a whole Biden rally, okay? This is how huge it is.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our administration, the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. And I want to thank the American people for their tremendous support. Millions and millions of people voted for us tonight. And a very sad group of people is trying to disenfranchise that group of people. And we won't stand for it. We will not stand for it.
But we've also got some breaking news right now, so we want to check in with CBS's Mark Strassman. He is in Georgia, where they're having a big problem counting some of the votes. Mark?
Nora, this is an election return watch party here on the edge of Atlanta. After a record early returns and essentially a day of problem-free voting, there is now a hitch in the tabulation of votes. I'm standing in Fulton County. Fulton County includes a chunk of Atlanta. They are tabulating the absentee ballots of Fulton County. A water pipe has broken inside the arena. They had counted 86,000 absentee ballots. We don't know how many more they have yet to tabulate, but all the tabulation of those ballots has now stopped.
And we were getting ready for a big celebration. We were winning everything, and all of a sudden it was just called off. But most importantly, we're winning Pennsylvania by a tremendous amount of votes.
Biden is in Pennsylvania holding a rally. Why would Pennsylvania embrace him? Why would they bring him there when he helped crush their industry?
We cannot let up because it ain't over till it's over.
Good day, Lester Holt and Savannah Guthrie in New York. The moment the entire country has been waiting for after a very close race. NBC News now projects that Joe Biden has won the Keystone State, Pennsylvania, and its 20 electoral votes.
And that means we can now project that former Vice President Joe Biden has been elected President of the United States. He is President-elect Joseph Robinette Biden.
And there we go. Let me make something clear for everyone. November 7th, a picture was tweeted by a guy named Greg Brower. He was on the Mueller investigation for the Russia thing that never happened, that was kind of invented, right? That one. And he tweeted a picture saying, oh, that's the president, and he showed Biden. And then the next time I saw him, he was on CNN representing Dominion. I hope you can put one and one together.
At this point, I think we're ready to hear from Mr. Polis. John, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. And with you, you have Mr. Brower, who I assume is your attorney?
Our company's attorney, yes, that's correct.
Very good.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Brower. Thank you.
President Trump is the only American president that went into the Forbidden City for dinner. None of them did. President Trump was the only one that crossed the North Korean border after, these two lieutenants that were random just picked the line and drew it. These are very important things. President Trump, when he went to Helsinki, had meetings and I wrote an article about the senators that went there with him, right? All of them traitors, right? And had actual conversations. Remember, they wanted the interpreters and they wanted all this. President Trump had a conversation with the Queen. She was pissed. The Pope was even more pissed. These are all the things you need to see. Sometimes looking weak is making you even stronger. And then when you're at that strong point, you just thump the weak. So that way you can shed the dead weight in the traitors.
Really?
Mr. President, it's an open discussion, please.
It's a fact.
Well, you have raised an issue. Let the Vice President answer.
Discredited.
Did Burisma pay him $183,000 a month with no experience in energy?
Mr. President,
no job?
My son did nothing wrong at Burisma.
I think he did.
Mr. President, let him answer.
He doesn't want to let me answer because he knows I have the truth.
Mr. President, do you admit failure in Afghanistan? Mistakes. There was a report on Afghanistan withdrawal saying there was failure, mistakes. Do you admit?
But first tonight, we start right here at home where Biden's failed far-left, climate cultist, extremist, socialist agenda. It is costing you, the American people, more and more and more. As a matter of fact, more than ever before. Because believe it or not, shouldn't shock you, Biden's inflation hit yet another 40-year high today, even above projections, the highest number to date under Biden.
Mr. President.
Pretty much everything you pay for is costing you a lot more, and it's all because of the economic and energy reckless policies of Joe Biden and, of course, the climate alarmist Green New Deal agenda.
Mr. President. How's the campaign going?
This is the way he deals with the media. They pep him with questions and he just stares blankly. I reckon he uses his age to avoid answering questions.
Oh, I don't think it's that cunning.
We support Ukraine fully in this moment, and we have since the start of this conflict. We're going to continue to do whatever it takes to give them the capacity to defend themselves.
Liar, liar, the world's on fire. What you gonna do when it all burns down? Fire, fire, burning higher. Still got time to turn it all around. Now I ain't one for speaking out much, but that don't mean I don't stay in touch. Everybody's tripping over this or that. What we gonna do when we all fall flat? Liar, liar, the world's on fire. What we gonna do when it all burns down? I don't know what to think about us. When did we lose? In God we trust. God Almighty, what we gonna do if God ain't listening and we're deaf too? Liar, liar, the world's on fire. What you gonna do when it all burns down? Fire, fire, burning higher. Still got time to turn it all around. Liar, liar, the world's on fire. What you gonna do when it all burns down? Fire, fire, burning higher. Still got time to turn it all around. Show some love. Let's rise above. Let's make a stand. Let's lend a hand. Let's heal the hurt. Let kindness work. Let's be your friend. Let hatred end. What you gonna do? Liar, liar, the world's on fire. What you gonna do when it all burns down? Liar, liar, the world's on fire. What you gonna do when it all burns down?
They should also spend some time expanding avenues that allow us to do what we do with any psychopath who harms our family. Put handcuffs on them and throw them in prison.
I just can't. I can't do scripts. So, you know what? Actually, here's how I'm going to explain it to you. There's someone that I love very, very much. I'm going to tell their story so you can understand where you're at. This person that I love so much. When they were a kid, they would play soccer outside with their friends and climb the tree and go to the river and throw rocks, right? While there were bombs exploding and guns whizzing over their heads. They ate maybe once every 3 days. And this is in the 90s, so you guys understand, late 80s and 90s. And it was normal. They had a place where they would go and get bread, and they would run down what they called the Sniper Alley,
because the enemy would play target practice with children, which were faster to go and get food for the family. You know, you're not gonna have a granny walk down an alley to get food, walking slowly, because she'll get shot. So this friend of mine lived through that. He lived through that. And it was normal for him to see the fires, the trucks being attacked, the derailments, the bombs, the sky red, and the bullets flying. And then one day, someone knocked on his home door, and they dragged him and his family out, separated his mom and dad, and threw them in a camp, a concentration camp, a camp where women were raped and shot. He didn't realize he was living in a war zone until they dragged him out and stuck him in a camp. I want you guys to understand what I am telling you. And now, you have derailments. You have fires. You have issues of putting food on the table. You are seeing the skies change color from fires. You. When are you going to realize what's going on?
Kick me. Kick me. What was that? An exhibition? We need emotional content. Try again. I said emotional content, not anger. Now try again. With me. That's it. How did it feel to you? Let me think. Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory. Do you understand? Never take your eyes off your opponent, even when you bow. That's it.
I don't want to set the world on fire. She's all on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. Fire. Oh, 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 oh. Fire.